Prehistorically, human beings were nomads who adapted themselves to their environment. They survived by hunting, fishing, and harvesting fruits and vegetables available throughout different places they settled in. The mastery of fire brought new possibilities regarding feeding, such as a higher intake of animal protein. The oyster belongs to the bivalve class. Between them are the muscular foot and the siphons that serve for the entry and exit of the water, which oxygenates it and feeds it. Originally, oysters were cooked as the first human beings had primitive tools that did not allow opening these and eating them raw in their raw state. In the Greek and Roman empires, they were considered a delicacy and consumed by the elite until the mid-1800s. The period between the 18th century and the 19th century became known as the Golden Age of oysters due to the production increase caused by their potential for rapid growth and their high tolerance to the environmental conditions. New York City was one of the major oyster producers in the 19th century, and they influenced the city history. During the 20th century, over-harvesting of oysters in the United States and Europe, the difficulty in storing food, pollution and diseases that have hit many oysters have caused some species to come close to extinction. China is currently the largest oyster producer worldwide, with 80% of its production, followed by South Korea, Japan, the United States, and the European Union. Europe is self-sufficient in cultivation, with France being the country that produces the most, followed by Spain and Portugal. Their energetic food rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce the level of cholesterol and triglycerides, while regulating and functioning of the cardiovascular system. Also, oysters contain a substance called elastin, which prevents the appearance of wrinkles on the skin. Ostricultures use larva collectors in a natural environment, and when they reach a few millimeters in length, they insert oysters into a cultivation system. Their cultivation cycle takes about 20 months until they reach the ideal size of consumption and trade. The cultivation method varies according to the amplitude of the tides, depth of the waters, and local traditions. On the Atlantic coast of Europe and in the Mediterranean, oysters are produced essentially in superelevation. They go in plastic mesh bags attached to plates or tables placed at a low tide on protected regions. All different cultivation methods developed to raise production levels and reduce the mortality rate of the mollusk, which can reach 30% of the harvest. To respond to this need, ERGOMARINE has been developing a new production method that revolutionizes the market.
The aim of the ERGOMARINE Project by Assistam is to create ergonomic solutions for the oyster culture that will, from one side, create easier conditions for the people that work in the oyster culture fields, and on the other side, that solve also major problems such as the oyster mortality. So this was the key triggers for the ERGOMARINE project, and right now we are at the stage where we are developing the initial prototypes, testing these prototypes with the aquaculture people, with also innovation centers and research centers, to understand if we reach our main goal or if we need to move further and increase more developments.